Hello, yes, I am Ollie Williams from BBC Sport website and our Olympic sports reporter.
Lovely. And obviously the Olympics is coming up. What have you guys got planned? Obviously something pretty exciting, I guess.
Yeah, London 2012 is hugely exciting from all kinds of different points of view. Obviously for me personally, just reporting on it, but from my sort of second point of view in terms of the social media, the interactive side of things, I think the onus is on us to make some of the most compelling content that we can, and enthusiasm for the Olympics is hopefully going to reach a level, certainly with lots of people, that they want to really be a part of it. And I think what we have to do is try and harness that Olympic spirit and the enthusiasm that people have for being part of that event, and make sure that whatever we produce on our website allows people to reflect that in our content and contribute to our content, and also take what we do with them in order to share it anywhere else, and make really the Olympics about what the BBC is able to offer the people watching it.
Expectations high. Obviously newspapers now are getting into visualisations and charts and interactive content. BBC are going to have to obviously keep up doing what you're doing already, which is very good. Looking at the stuff that you put up from 2009, even that looks out of date now, doesn't it? Some of the stuff you can do nowadays is very exciting. Anything you're going to be experimenting with, or you tried and tested methods?
I can't give too much away, really, for two reasons. One, I wouldn't want to, and two, I'm not necessarily sure a lot of it's been defined yet. We have broad ideas of what we would like to do. How exactly we execute that and whether it's even possible are different matters. But yeah, absolutely, we have to be incredibly ambitious, and more to the point, we have to be distinctive. The BBC has a public service remit, and not only that, we have rights to certain things that other people don't, and relationships with organisations that other people don't, and we have to exploit those to the full to bring people amazing things and amazing opportunities and amazing stuff that they can then be a part of and contribute to and take away. So yeah, there are going to be all sorts of things experimented with, certainly on the social side of things, with the fools to ignore Twitter and Facebook, but we also have to make sure we don't do things like trying to be too clever with Twitter. People suggest heat maps and things like that. Twitter has trending topics, so we need to make sure we keep the reins on it a little bit as well, and use it responsibly and use it cleverly.
I think trying to harness, especially the geotagging stuff at the moment. I know you did that with a lot of stuff at the Beijing, but now technology's moved leaps and bounds since then, so you can do quite a lot with things like that. That's a very exciting area.
Yeah, I mean, let's try putting augmented reality on a map, and things like that. Certainly, I'm very impressed with the things that IBM do with Wimbledon, in terms of, for example, getting instant replays to your seat if you happen to be owning the Wimbledon the iPhone's applications around there for augmented reality, Layer, the browser that is the augmented reality browser. I think there's a lot to be done there, but even 2 years may not necessarily be enough time frame to get those things to the level where the BBC can put them out and put our stamp on it. So there's a lot of research to be done, but I'm hoping we can do some amazing stuff.
Final question, how much do you consider the user and what the average user can actually achieve and actually get access to when you're thinking about things? It's all very well having a big fancy map, but if no one's got the technology, the bandwidth to actually experience it, then is that an issue?
It's a big issue for the BBC, firstly because we're a worldwide organisation, so there are people in Africa who, for example, who may not have access to the sort of internet facility that is going to power some of the stuff that we would like to do, and we have to always be aware of that, and there are accessibility issues around that as well. And then, there's also the issue in terms of, like you say, what the average person not only is capable of doing, but wants to do. Not everybody wants to get involved in the same way that some people do, and you have to be careful that you don't, to borrow a slight management speak phrase I've heard a lot, super serve people. So it's not the same people that always go to the BBC website and always get involved that are then the ones getting involved with this. We want to try and get different people involved, which is where sites like Facebook come in, where they reach a demographic that maybe sometimes we struggle to reach otherwise. So we have to be canny about the way we approach this and make sure that we're engaging with the right people, and also providing compelling content for people who simply don't want to contribute, because those people exist, and why should they? We're here to provide them with a service as well.